Grab your green loop band, bring it around your outer thighs. You'll need your 5-pound weight. Also thread the red Theraband through the red loop band to create what looks like a reformer strap. Set your red Theraband and red loop band to the side as well as the 5-pound weight. Coming to lie supine with that green loop band around your outer thighs on your foam roller. Tailbone at the bottom, head at the top. Bring your arms into cactus, holding it here. Allow your shoulder blades to wrap around the roller, shoulders to plug down the back, chin lifts up, gaze is soft. Feet are hip distance apart, low belly is in. You're in a neutral pelvis somewhere between arching and rounding. Let's breathe here. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. We'll inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Again, inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. 2 more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Grab your 5-pound weight now in your dominant, stronger arm. Once you get settled, you'll notice that this is a lighter resistance. It's not going to give you much awareness of the abductors, but it'll give you a little. And we're building that awareness as we gradually decrease the resistance so that our muscle memory can do the work versus the band telling us how to do the work. So your feet, I want your legs hip distance apart, feet parallel. You're going to take that 5-pound weight in your dominant or stronger arm, holding it like Frankenstein above you in line with your chest. We're going to pull that arm down by the hip, keeping the palm facing in, and then inhale it back up in line with the chest. You can extend the opposite leg out, the shin, so the thighs are the same height, pointing the toes as you pull that arm down to the hip. And as it comes back up, you bend at the knee and put the foot back down on the ground. Good. See if you can synchronize that. Remember, the other hand is on the floor. Heavy on the floor for stability. Trying to find our center, trying to wrap our shoulder blades around the roller. Keep that going. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, pull down. And inhale, lifting the arm up and point your toes. Give me some plantar flexion. And if you're feeling like this isn't much of a challenge for your balance, you can always bring the thighs together like you have one giant leg, and that will challenge your lower abs even more and the inner thighs as you extend that shin. If you notice gripping in the front of the thighs and the hip flexor groin area, then you need to pull your belly in towards the spine and actively lift up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee as you exhale. Give me one more on this side, and then I'd like you to switch the weight, pass it to the other hand. And let's begin on the second side. So opposite shin will extend now, toes pointing, synchronizing it, trying to move on the breath, inhaling to lift the weighted arm, and exhaling to pull it down by the side of the body. Watch out for locking out in the elbow. Soften the sternum, breastbone, front ribs in towards the roller. Plug the shoulders down the back. Watch out for the chin dropping to the chest. Lift the chin a little bit. And as you gaze up at the ceiling, take your gaze a little higher than eye level, just so the front of the neck's involved and the back of the neck is a little more relaxed. Give me one more here. Okay, set that weight to the side. Now let's grab our red Theraband and loop band that we've created. Now if taking one foot up and putting the loop band around it, I want you to start with your dominant or tighter leg. Put the loop band around the foot. If doing this on the roller is too precarious, you can always come off and then come back on. But typically it's pretty, you have both hands, you can put a hand down. So once you have that foot in the band, I want you to find your elbows both on the floor, or you can hold the band in the same side of the body, on the same side of the body with that hand and keep the other hand down on the floor. But either way, I want both hands or elbows on the ground. We're going to lift both legs up into the air, perpendicular to the floor. So both legs up, point the toes for me, straight legs, don't lock out in the knees. From here, the leg that you have loaded with the red loop band and Theraband, you're going to lower that leg slowly down, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, lift it back up, 2, 3, 4. Keep the toes pointed, legs hip distance apart if you have knee or back issues. Slowly lower on your exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, feel your pelvis pull forward towards the bottom of the mat as you lift that leg back up. 2 more here. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, lift. 2, 3, 4. 1 more. Wrap the shoulder blades around the roller. Soften the sternum, breastbone inward. Take the chin up. Gaze a little higher than eye level. Low belly firm. All right, bend the knees. Bring both feet to the ground. And then you can bring the foot that is in the band up. Take it out of the band and switch sides. Once you've switched sides, make sure both hands or elbows are down. And then from there, brace your abs. Feel your pelvis lengthening forward as both legs come back up perpendicular to the floor. Point the toes. Lift your chin. Soften your gaze. And let's begin. Inhale, prepare. Exhale to lower. 2, 3, 4. Inhale to lift. Very slow. Point the toes. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, lift. 2, 3, 4. That's it. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, lift. 2, 3, 4. 1 more. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. And inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, bend the knees. Feet to the floor. You can kick off that band. We won't be using it again on the roller. Grab your weight with your dominant or tighter arm. And this time, bending from our elbow joint, we'll extend our forearm and then by the hip and then bend it so that it's back up like Frankenstein, but going from the elbow joint. Try to not lock it out when you extend it by the hip. So start with your bicep by the side of the body, elbows bent. And the forearm will extend as you extend the opposite shin. So same thing we did before, but now it's more of a tricep exercise. Keep the elbow fixed at the side of the body, the wrist flat. Exhale, extend. And inhale, bend. Good. And exhale, trying to maintain that neutral pelvis. Loading that arm, getting a nice workout for the tricep, the posterior delt. Keep the shoulders plugged down, chin lifted. Gaze soft. Focus on your feet so that the inner thighs work too. Point the toes. Give me 1 more here. Excellent. Pass that weight to the other side. Switching sides. The other hand's down for security. Check your low back. Is there a little mouse hole between the low back and the roller? Maintain that. Tip the pelvis down if you need to create a little more mouse hole. Make sure you're not overarching to where you could put 2 or 3 hands under your back. So find that neutral position. And let's begin. So inhale, prepare. Exhale, extend that forearm by the side of the body as the shin lifts, pointing the toes. And inhale, bringing the forearm up. Yes, good. Exhale, extend. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, bend. 2, 3, 4. And notice that the arm and the leg extend. Try to not lock out in the elbow or knee joint. Little micro bend. Give me 2 more. Take it out. 2, 3, 4, and up. And final one here. And extend. 2, 3, 4, and up. From here, we'll keep the green loop band around the outer thighs. Set the weight to the side. Brace your abs. Put the hands on the floor as you roll off to one side slowly, using your hands to support you. We're going to rise up onto our knees for thigh stretch. Hold the 5-pound weight in your dominant or stronger hand and stretch your arms out like Frankenstein in front of you, palms facing forward. Low belly firm, hinging, creating a diagonal from the knees out through the crown of the head, back, stretching out the thighs. Hold it here. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1, stay. Inhale 2. And the arms will pull back by the hips as you come back up. Good. Pass the weight to the other hand. And hinging back, exhale, inner thighs pull you back, low belly is firm, pelvis is neutral. Hold back, inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. And inhale back up, pass the weight. 1 more time on each side. Exhale, hinging back, low belly firm, neutral pelvis, shoulders plugged down. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale back up, pass the weight. Final set. Brace those abs, plug the shoulders down, keep your gaze higher than eye level so the neck isn't straining. Taking it back, holding it back for a full breath, riding your inhale back up as your pelvis pulls back towards the floor, low belly firm. Great job. We're going to move on to all fours, our hands and our knees. We'll need our blue loop band. We'll set that to the side, our 5-pound weight. And on all fours, we're going to begin with that 5-pound weight and our red loop band on our outer thighs. Again, that's the red loop band on your outer thighs and your 5-pound weight. We'll be doing a pull back just to engage the tricep a little bit more in the posterior delt. I want you to start with the weight in your dominant, tighter arm, pulling that hand to the hip, palm facing the hip. And the opposite leg is going to come into a donkey kick position. So I want you to bend at the knee, creating a right angle with the opposite leg. Point the toes and keep that thigh high. The leg stays up, the arm lowers and lifts. So lower the arm down on your exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, lift it up. 2, 3, 4. Focus on your pelvis staying square to the floor, your low belly staying firm, soft micro bend in the elbow of your supporting arm and the elbow of the lifted arm. Don't let that leg droop. Keep it up. Use that band to engage the hamstring. Point the toes. Give me 2 more. 2. Hang in there. Puff the upper back up. Use your serratus anterior. Use the traps, the rhomboids. So think about the upper back reaching for the ceiling. Good. All right. Switch sides. Setting up on the second side. Once you're on the second side, just really use those low abs. Think about pulling them in and up. And here we go. Inhale to lift the arm. 2, 3, 4. Exhale to lower it. 2, 3, 4. Imagine hands hovering from the shoulder blades. Puff the shoulder blades up to those hands. Lift that thigh. Make sure it's not drooping. Push it into the band. Engage the central hamstrings. Point the toes. Lift. That's good. Soft bend in the elbow of your supporting arm. Plug the shoulders down. Lift your chin. Give me 1 more good repetition with the chin up. And let's sit back on your heels for a second. Take your dominant arm behind your back, hand behind the back, so overhead, and grab your tricep head. Little stretch for it, subtle, lean to the side, don't go crazy. Leaning the head back into the arm. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2, brace your abs. Exhale 2, don't go deep in lateral flexion, keep it subtle. Inhale 3. Exhale 3, and back to center, switch sides. Let's open up that tricep head. Keeping your pelvis still neutral, abs engaged, side bending, just subtly. Inhale 1, breathe. And exhale 1. You can take the other hand to assist, holding onto the elbow or that flesh of the tricep as you lean over. 1 more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Good. So we still have the red loop band on our outer thighs. Bring your blue loop band above your elbows and come into a forearm plank. I want you to feel the abductors of the arms, so you're going to pull out on that band like you're trying to split it in half as your forearms press down into the floor. Step back into that plank, firm your low abdomen in. Feet hip distance apart if you have knee or back issues. They can be together if you have neither of those. Make sure the pelvis is not up in the air, flat as a board. So take that pelvis down a little more. Pull the belly in. Puff the shoulder blades up towards the ceiling. Lift your chin. Take your gaze a little higher than eye level. Low belly nice and firm. Hold it here. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. We're going to 4. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Push out on that band. Inhale 4, pulling out on it. And exhale, tap the knees to the floor. Set that blue band to the side. Let's grab either a pillow or the anti-burst ball to go, or a yoga block to go under your head when in a sideline position. You can keep the band that's on your thighs on, the red one, and also grab your 5-pound weight. So start with your dominant or tighter arm farthest away from the floor so it can be loaded first. You're going to pin the elbow to the side of the body, and you're going to lift the forearm up towards the ceiling to work the external rotator cuff. And we're going to go very slowly. I want to go on an 8 count. So we're going to lower, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, lift. Elbow stays pinned to the side of the body. Watch out for the wrist breaking or the wrist pulling towards the face. You want to keep the forearm parallel to the floor and keep that right angle with the upper arm and the forearm. Keep that going slow, slow, slow. These are great for that external rotator cuff. Watch out for your pelvis rocking back. Keep the hips stacked, low belly firm. Imagine me holding your pelvis, pulling it towards the bottom of the mat. Shoulders plugged down. The bottom arm is extended out like Frankenstein in front of you. And give me one more. Nice, slow, slow, slow repetition, taking your time. And let's slowly make our way up, switching sides. Make sure the head is supported here and that the gaze is soft, the jaw is soft. And you can be in a bit of a fetal position, but watch out for the pelvis rounding. So neutralize it. Remember the length of your obliques, your side abs, and your QL, your low back. Feel like that's lengthening to the bottom of the mat. Create a mouse hole between the side body and the floor. Let's begin when you're ready. Inhale to lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale, lower. 2, 3. Very slow. And take it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more at this slow tempo. Inhale, lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. Don't rock back. Inhale, lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to make our way into a chair psoas stretch with our weight to do some scaption. We'll need to take the band off the outer thighs. And know that if your chair is a little tall for you, you may need a block under your front foot so it's solidly grounded. If it's a little short, you may need a bolster or block under your pelvis so that it's appropriate. You always want that front leg's thigh, so have the weight in the same arm as your outside leg, same side of the body. So go ahead and bring your dominant leg back first, so dominant tighter leg back first, and find that supported lunge on your chair. One butt cheek on, one off, the back leg stretching out. That arm is going to come into a frontal raise slowly, and then it'll lower slowly. So let's come back to that slow, slow, slow 8 count. Inhale to lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and lower. 2, 3. And if you can't inhale for 8 counts, you can take 2 breaths on the way up, but I want it very slow. Imagine my hands on your shoulder blades, puff the shoulder blades back. You're wearing a backpack of cement. It's pulling you back a little bit. Upper back's engaged. Low belly's firm. Front foot is fully on the floor, outer and inner edge, toes and heel. Back leg is fighting to straighten so that you get a nice stretch in the hip flexor. All right, let's take it to the other side. Finish up the set you're on. Setting up on the other side. Using your breath to support the movement, inhaling to lift the weight, exhaling to lower it. This is another one where, because you're loading, we want to watch out for the neck. Keep the chin lifted, gaze higher than eye level. And let's begin. Inhale to lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. Up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Set the weight to the side. Come over to your wall for a stretch for the front of the shoulder. Face your wall, bring your dominant or tighter arm into a high V. So chest on the wall, face it. Dominant arm in a high V. And twist away from that arm. Turn your body away from that arm. You'll be on the inner edge of the thumb and wrist. And breathe. If you have hyperextension in your elbows, just make sure they're micro bent so you're not pulling on the joints. Breathe here, soft bend in the knees, gaze up higher than eye level. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Face the wall slowly. Bring that arm off and the other arm up. High V. Rolling onto the inside of the wrist and thumb. Twisting away from the arm, micro bend in the elbow, chin up, soft knees, firm belly. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. And slowly turning to face the wall. Bringing the arm off the wall. Great job. Grab your foam roller. We're going to roll out our hip flexors. We'll start with our dominant or tighter leg. The other leg will be out to the side. The knee will be bent, kind of like in a butterfly position. So you're rolling one hip flexor at a time, starting up at the thigh groin area. Arms are down, forearms are down on the floor for stability. So go ahead and begin that. Dominant side first, rolling out the hip flexor, getting into that fascia. And notice what happens with your abs here. Do you push the belly out? Can you keep it in and breathe laterally into the side body and back like an opera singer would? And every time you exhale, can you make sure your abs are in towards the spine and that you tug up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee so we contract that deepest layer of your core, the transverse abdominis. If you're confused about TVA breathing, make sure and check out our TVA breathing versus belly breathing, level 1 under mind and body. It's a great just tutorial on how to breathe safely if you have any back issues. Couple more breaths here, breathing in. And let's go ahead and switch sides, setting up on the other side, bracing the abs to do so. You can do circular motions. You can walk forward and back. Make sure you're pushing down with the forearms and out like you're trying to split your yoga mat in half, engaging the scapular stabilizers. If the neck is straining, lift the chin a little bit. Make sure your focus of your eyes is not just straight down in front of you, but about a foot forward so that the eyes are lifted and the front of the neck is engaged. Plug the shoulders down. Firm the low belly in towards the spine. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. All right, 2 more breaths here. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. 1 more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. From here, let's put the blue loop band around our outer thighs and grab either a yoga block or pillow for your head because you're going to use the small anti-burst ball against the wall. So we'll set up in a fetal position. In this fetal position, you'll have to play around with how close you are to the wall. You want to pin, you want your dominant or tighter leg to be stacked on top, so you may have to spin around. Brace your abs, make sure the head's supported. Make sure you're not rounding your low back, but tip your pelvis back. Find a neutral pelvis. From here, we'll bend and extend that dominant leg with the leg lifted up so that the legs are a little more apart than hip distance, so a little farther apart than hip distance. So you have this blue loop band's resistance for the abductors with the legs. As you extend the leg, dragging the ball on the wall back and forth, you're getting workout for the hamstrings, the outer hips, the butt muscles. Watch out for rocking back. Keep your hips stacked. Keep your pelvis neutral. That's somewhere between arching and rounding. Low belly firm. Shoulders plugged down, chin lifted, gaze soft. Imagine hands on the shoulder blades, puff the back ribs towards those hands, firm the low belly in towards the spine. If at any time you need to pause, take a break, do that. We have 1 minute remaining on this side, moving the ball in and out. I like to exhale as I extend my leg without locking the knee at the end, and then inhale as I bend it back in. If you need to take little breaks in between, feel free. This is a tough workout for the glutes and a weak area of the body posturally with lordosis. So keep breathing. I'm going to cue the breath. I want you to keep going. Take pauses when you need to. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've got this. 2 more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. We inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brace your abs. Make your way to the other side, setting up, negotiating between how far away from the wall you should be so that you can pin that ball successfully. Neutralize your pelvis by tipping it back a little so you don't round it under. Pull the belly in instead of pressing it out. Think about breathing into the side body, especially the side body that's facing up to this ceiling now. And then plug the shoulders down. Imagine someone has your pelvis, they're pulling it down towards your heels, lengthening your side body and your low back out. Keep your low belly firm and begin when you're ready. Extending that top leg, making sure you've lifted it up a little higher and a little wider than hip distance apart so that you feel the lateral hamstrings and that glute med activating. And then from the knee joint, we're just extending the shin and then bending the knee. Dragging that ball on the wall forward and back. Make sure you're using the breath, connecting to the breath, lifting internally up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee. Fogging a mirror every time you exhale. Sounds like Darth Vader. Keep that breath going. We inhale 2, 3, 4, 5 and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5 and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost there. We inhale 2, 3, 4, 5 and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Take breaks if you need to. 1 more. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5 and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. From here, we'll take off this blue loop band, bringing our red loop band around our outer thighs. We'll take the blue loop band and grab our blue Theraband, threading the blue Theraband through the blue loop band to create what looks like a reformer strap, coming to all fours for some hamstring kickbacks. Start by putting the blue loop band, after you have the red loop band around your outer thighs, around the arch of your dominant or tighter legs foot. You can wrap the blue Theraband around both hands' knuckles or around the same side of the body as the band that's on the foot. So either or. Plug the shoulders down, wrists are under the shoulders, knees are under hips. We'll be extending that leg back, bending at the knee. So it goes out, 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4. Inhale it out. 2, 3. Let's actually exhale out. So pause for a second, puff your upper back up towards the ceiling, plug the shoulders down, lift your chin, take your gaze a little higher than eye level. Inhale, take it out. 2, 3, 4. Hold it out for a second. Watch out for your pelvis hiking. Square your pelvis to the floor. Brace your abs. Exhale the air out. Now inhale it in. 2, 3, 4. Exhale to go out. 2, 3, 4. Inhale it in. 2. Keep your pelvis neutral. Don't round it. Don't round the pelvis when you bring in that leg. Make sure you're not rounding it. So exhale it out. 2, 3, 4. Inhale it in. 2, 3, 4. Exhale out. 2, 3, 4. Inhale in. Keep the abs firm, chin lifted, gaze soft, shoulders plugged down. Puff the upper back up towards imaginary hands or towards the ceiling. Don't hike your hips. Keep the hips even, low belly firm. Fight for a neutral pelvis, somewhere between arching and rounding. Top of the shin and foot is down on our supporting leg side. Finish up the one you're on and go ahead and set up on the other side for our hamstring kickbacks. Once you are set up, you can begin. Remember, inhale, prepare, brace the abs, exhale, take it back. 2, 3, 4, point the toes, inhale in. 2, 3, 4, exhale out. 2, 3, 4, inhale in. 2, 3, 4. That's all it is. Exhale out. 2, 3, 4. Inhale in. 2, 3, 4. Keep that going. As you're working, make sure your elbows are micro bent. Your chin is lifted. Your gaze is soft. Your shoulders are plugged down. Your toes are pointing. You're not locking the knee out as you extend the leg behind you. You're not hiking the hip. Those bony protrusions on your hips are shining like headlights to the floor. Hips are even. Low belly's firm. 3 more breaths here. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, take the leg out. 2, 3, 4. Inhale it in. 2, 3, 4. Exhale it out. 2, 3, 4. Last breath here. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Setting those bands to the side. Pick up your black Theraband. Come to lie on your back. Take your dominant or tighter leg up, putting the band around the arch of the foot. Tip your tailbone down. Create a mouse hole between the low back and the floor. Make sure you're not rounding the low back or arching it so much that you could put multiple hands under the back. Neutral pelvis. Slide the other leg out long. Hold it here. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. Just opening up the back of that hamstring after all that hard work. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. 1 more. Inhale 4. Exhale, bend the knee. Capture the other foot in the band. Stretching it up, trying to not lock out the knee, but keep the leg pretty straight. Other leg extends out. Neutral pelvis, belly in. Breathe laterally into the side body. Inhale 2, 3, 4, and exhale 2, 3, 4. We inhale 2, 3, 4, and exhale 2, 3, 4. 2 more breaths here. Inhale 2, 3, 4, and exhale 2, 3, 4. Let's inhale 2, 3, 4. Bend the knee, lowering that leg down, setting the band to the side. Great job. Let's move to a seated position in your chair. All you need is your red loop band, and you're going to sit in your chair. Now, make sure your feet can be solidly planted on the floor in whatever chair you're in, and that your thighs are below the bony protrusions of your hips. So it's a sign the chair is not the right height if your thighs are higher than those bony protrusions of your hips. That's going to make those hip flexors tighter. The band we're going to bring around our metatarsals with our legs a little wider than hip distance apart. We're going to do Eversion Footwork to work the lateral intrinsic muscles of the feet. This is great it's an injury prevention tool for proprioception. We're going to take our hands into what looks like a choir position, interlace the fingers, pulling out, engaging the back. So every time, we'll start with our dominant tighter foot. We evert the foot. I want you to pull out with the hands as well. And then when it comes back in, you can slacken in on the pull of the hands. So exhale, pull out on those hands, evert, and try to move from your ankle joint. No movement at the knee, thigh. So really isolate and move from the ankle joint. Take it out. So it's very small, very small. 2, 3, 4, and in. 2, 3, 4. Give me 2 more on this side. Take it out. 2, 3, 4, and in. And make sure it's around the baby toes. It's around your toes, not the arch of the foot. 1 more. Now, the other thing is, watch out for the neck. We don't want to strain it here. Keep your focus up higher than eye level, shoulders plugged down. Let's switch sides. So you can switch the hand on top too. And pull out as you're taking the foot out, eversion. Watch out for the knee moving, the thigh, the hip flexor. If you feel gripping in the front of the thigh, just try to relax it. Maybe squeeze your butt. Squeeze the opposing muscle to sit up taller. Pull your inner thighs back like you're pulling them back to the wall behind you. So you sit up on the top of the sits bones here. And move from the ankle joint. Just another 15 seconds or so of movement here. Keeping the gaze higher than eye level. Using your breath. From here, we're going to put the blue loop band back around our ankles. If at any time you feel this is too much and you're feeling joint pain versus muscles recruiting, because we're going to be targeting the hamstrings with a step through space hamstring kickback, just like we did on all fours, but now standing in the frontal plane. We need our 5-pound weight in our hand, and we'll do this by a wall for injury prevention. We'll do one side twice, and then we'll do the other side twice. So you'll be stepping towards the wall with the weight in your outside hand. The inside hand will be, so profile to me. There we go. And the band is around the ankles. So start about a foot from the wall because you're going to step towards the wall. So bring the other hand to the hip, the non-loaded hand to the hip, and the other, the loaded hand to the shoulder. So I want it to be in a shoulder press. You can take it up to the press for now and just isometrically hold it in the press. Soft bend in the elbow. You're going to step towards the wall. Inside leg is your balancing leg. Outside leg is going to come into the band. And I want you to kick back, do a hamstring kickback. Hold it here. Good, inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1, you can move the leg in and out if the band's too heavy. Inhale 2, exhale 2, inhale 3, exhale 3, and bring it back in. Correct. Step back to me and we'll repeat. So remember, you have to bring the arch of the foot into the band, and that weight is just going to be in a nice shoulder press, loading, adding some resistance. So stepping to the side, finding the balance, arch of the foot into the band, hold it here. Inhale 1, breathe. Take the gaze up higher. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2, soft bend in the supporting knee. Inhale 3, low belly firm. Exhale 3. And let's turn around and switch sides. So traveling through space, finding the balance on your standing leg, taking the weighted arm up overhead, loading the back of the shoulder, building that bone density here. And the outer hip, standing on one leg, helps you build up that outer hip. And we know how important the hip strength and the bone density is with osteoporosis. So step to the side, find the balance, and then bring the arch of the outside foot into the band, hamstring kickback, find it, hold, inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1, I'll show you the in and out so you can move that leg in and out like you did on all fours if the band is a little heavy. Inhale 2, exhale 2, inhale 3, exhale 3, and step back to me. Final set. Watch out for the eyes. They help the neck, so keep the eyes up. And final set. Step through space, find the balance. Hamstring kickback, soft bend in the supporting knee. Deep lift to the lower pelvic floor. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2, soften the front ribs towards the back ribs. Exhale 2, low belly firm. Inhale 3, exhale 3. Great, let's set those props down. Now the blue band, we can pull the blue band up around the outer thighs. And I want you to grab your trigger ball and your yoga block. And then you're going to come to lie supine on your foam roller with your trigger ball and your yoga block. And take a moment to get on there. You can set the block to the side and the ball for a second. As you get on the roller, find your balance first before picking up the props. Tailbone at the bottom, head at the top. We're going to roll out the fascia around the shoulders and the pecs, the chest area. I want you to do this very gently. If you notice you're on bone, move away from that. Try to find fascia. So even around the breast, laterally, like near the armpit area, you can even get some of the pec muscles there, but be very gentle as you're doing this. So grab your trigger ball and your block, and you're going to pin the ball with the block, using the block. And you can always use a book if you don't have a block. And you'll hold the block with both hands. Make sure your feet are hip distance apart so you have extra security here. Neutral pelvis, abs engaged, and begin rolling. What's nice about this is we're recruiting the internal abs to stabilize here. We're a little unsteady. And then we're also doing a nice self-myofascial release for an area that's posturally tight, and we most likely are not getting any sort of massage work in this area. So this is self-care and important to combat kyphosis that we release this tight area. So front of the shoulder, around the breast, that means also medially, like into a V-neck line. Goes very slow here, especially because you have osteoporosis. If you're on bone, move away from the bone into the fascia, circular motions. Should feel nice, may feel really tender. Perhaps it is really tender, and in that case, back off a little, be gentle. Keep breathing here. Let's make our way to the other side now if you've been on one side. If you've been moving all around, then continue to move all around for a minute. I find that under my armpit, like below the breast, right on the side of the body near the rib cage, is really tender for me. That may be an area you want to explore. It's a harder area to get when you're lying, but the block does, especially a foam yoga block, will make it your job a lot easier to pin the ball. Keep breathing into that. Another 30 seconds here. Notice where your pelvis is in space. If you're arching it deeply or rounding it, see if you can send it into a neutral position. If you can breathe into the side body, breathe into the areas that you're rolling. as opposed to the belly, keeping the belly firm to support your movement. Just another breath here, and then I'll have you set those props to the side, bracing your abs, and slowly making your way off of the roller. Hands on the floor, coming off to one side slowly. And let's come up to stand. We're going to release the soleus. You can keep the band on the thighs. You're going to come into a staggered stance, so it looks like this, one foot in front of the other. It's not wide. Turn and face a wall in this staggered stance. Start with your dominant tighter leg back. Brace your abs. This is the only time I'm going to have you tuck your pelvis under like a scared puppy. You're not loaded, so it's okay. And push the pelvis forward towards the wall. Chin and chest are up. It's very important that the head is up on the spine here. Push the pelvis forward, deep bend in the knees. Just getting into the soleus, the inner calf muscle. So make sure if I drew a line from your back toes, it would hit your front leg's heel. So that foot is only a foot behind the other. It's not a wide staggered stance. Bend the knees, tuck the booty, drive the pelvis and body forward. Lift your gaze higher, bring that head up a little higher. Breathing, and step the back foot forward. This is just a release for that internal calf muscle since we did that balance work. Bend the knees, tuck the booty, drive the pelvis forward, soften your sternum. Breathe here. Inhale 1, exhale 1. Inhale 2, exhale 2, inhale 3, and exhale 3. Stepping that back leg forward. Great job. Moving into a squat series, we're going to keep the blue loop band around our outer thighs. And we're going to need a Theraband and I think a 5-pound weight. We need the blue Theraband and a 5-pound weight. So the heavier Theraband. You're going to stand on the end of the blue Theraband. Hold the end of the blue Theraband with your dominant or a tighter arm. Actually, hold it with your non-dominant, sorry to confuse you. And then hold the weight in your dominant hand. Stand on the end of that blue Theraband with both feet hip distance apart. And wrap it around your knuckle one time and then bring both hands right like this by your shoulders. Both hands by the shoulders. Okay, inhale, prepare. Exhale, let your inner thighs pull you back into a squat. So come back into a squat. Shift over to the side with the band, kicking that other heel to the butt. So you're in a single leg squat now. Hamstring curl with that leg. Press both arms overhead. Good. The weighted arm is going to lower and lift 3 times. Up and down. Just the weighted arm. Down and up. Brace your abs. Down and up. One more. Down and inhale. Stand up. Both elbows bend as you stand up. Beautiful. 2 more times on this side. Exhale. Inner thighs pull you back. Shoulder flexion at the bottom. Shift over to the side with the band. Wrist flat. Get the wrist flat of the band. Yes. Now you don't have to stand on it with both feet if it makes the band too short, but it's just an extra precautionary so that you can just stand on it on the leg you're shifting onto on that side, and that'll give you more length. Okay, sit back, exhale, shift over to that one leg, press overhead, isometric hold with the band arm, and movement with the weighted arm. So just the weighted arm moves up and down. Just the weighted arm moves. Yeah, keep the band straight up in the air. There it is. Good, stand back up, inhale. Final set, exhale, inner thighs pull you back, shoulders plug down, shoulder press, shift over to the side with the band, hamstring curl, weighted arm moves up and down. Take it up, inhale it up, exhale it down, inhale it up, exhale it down. Last one, take it up. All right, switch. So switch the weight and switch that band. When you're ready, feet hip distance apart, you've wrapped around the knuckles, hands are right by the shoulders, palms facing in towards the face, low belly firm. Make sure to not lock the knees out at the top. Exhale, let your inner thighs pull you back into that squat. Inhale, shifting over onto the same side as the band. Both arms press overhead, gaze is up higher than eye level. Arms are up, and we lower and lift the arm with the weight. Exhale it down, inhale it up. Exhale it down, inhale it up. Exhale it down, inhale, stand up on that one leg, and put the other leg down. You're back to two legs. Elbows are bent. Here we go. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, inner thighs pull you back. Sit back, shift over, arms press overhead. Weighted arm moves up and down slowly. 3 times, 3. And the inner thighs can be closer together here. You can bring them together. It's going to challenge the balance. But if you have knee or back issues, you can keep them hip distance apart. Either way. Stand up on one leg, inhale. Final set. Feet hip distance apart. Keep the knees soft at the top. Take your gaze up so the neck doesn't strain. Exhale, let your inner thighs pull you back. Shoulder flexion with the arms. Finding that balance. Inhale. Exhale, lower the arm. Inhale, lift it. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And inhale, stand up tall on that one leg. Beautiful. Let's set those props to the side. We will grab our purple loop band to put, you can keep the blue band on your, actually, grab your red Theraband, put it on, your red loop band, bring it around your outer thighs, and your blue loop band above the elbows. We're going to roll out our quadriceps. So you're going to pull out on this band that's above the elbows, engaging those scapular stabilizers as you walk forward and back, rolling out your quads. So remember, the quads are the front of the thighs. Don't go onto the knees, stay above the knees, and then all the way up to the hip flexors. Use this blue band to your advantage. Keep your chin lifted so the head doesn't fall into it. Push down into the forearms and out, walking forward and back, getting into those quadriceps, bracing the abs as you're doing this. If you find a sticky spot, you can do some single leg kicks. You can kick one heel to the butt, kick, and switch, kick, and switch, alternating sides, pointing the toes, and intensifying the self-myofascial release in that spot. And then you can move to another spot, walking forward and back, bracing your abs as you're doing this. Don't check out with your abs. Belly in, active lift of the pelvic floor, really breathing laterally into the side body and back. Couple more breaths here. Moving forward and back. Looks good. Keep breathing. All right, from here, let's grab our trigger ball and a block ball, anti-burst ball, or bolster for our head. We're going to roll out our posterior tibialis. So start with your dominant or tighter leg stacked on top in your fetal position lying. And I like to use a ball, the anti-burst ball under my head, and the yoga block to prop the ball up a little higher. Some people can drop the leg down and it doesn't bother them, but I like to have the leverage to put the block down and then place the ball on the block and put my posterior tibialis on it. Moving that shin forward and back to get right around the knee into that fascia. Breathe into that. Make sure you're breathing. And if it's not tender below the knee, near the tibia bone, you can go above the knee. And I'd encourage you to stay for a bit if you're not feeling it and really do some digging and circular motion right above the knee and the fascia, because if there's any tracking issues or if you have any low back pain, this can often send a signal and release what's happening because it can drop the femur bone in place. So it's a great tool if you've done some impact and you're feeling back or upper knee pain. So right above the knee medially, getting into that fascia, breathing into that. Just another few breaths here, and then I'm going to have you turn around and take these releases on the other side. All right, use your abs to come up and switch sides, setting up on the other side. Breathing as you're working. So remember to try to maintain a neutral pelvis here. And if you have the loop band still around the thighs, that's fine. It's not going to do any harm. Brace your abs as you're working around the posterior tibialis, keeping the pelvis neutral. Watch out for the chin dropping down to look at what's happening. Keep it lifted. Gaze higher than eye level. Let's keep that neck safe. Plug the shoulders down. Breathe here. Another a couple of breaths. You can go above the knee as well. Remember, that's a great spot to get. So the band that is around your thighs, if it's the blue loop band, I want you to slide it down to your ankles, coming up to stand, grabbing your 5-pound weight, facing me. Stand a couple feet in front of a wall, bar or counter for safety purposes. And let's hold the weight in your left hand to begin. So we're going to imagine you're facing me and we're at 12 o'clock. We got the blue band around our ankles. And you're going to lift your right leg up. You're going to take it to 3 o'clock, stand on it. Stand, turn to 3 o'clock and pick the left leg up, kicking it into the band. And take it back behind you in that hamstring kickback. Externally rotate the leg in the hip socket, pointing the toes, and stretch that arm out in front of you in that frontal raise that we did when we were in the lunge in the chair. So stretch it out in front of you. Hold it there. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Tap the toe down and up. Inhale 2. Little mini, like, I think it's called PK in ballet. 2, good. And 3, getting that outer glute, and turn back to face me. So that's all it is. Transverse plane turn. Let's stay on this side one more set. So right leg up, quarter turn onto it, 3 o'clock, find the balance. Left leg lifts immediately, keep your focus up higher than eye level. Kick the foot into the band, hamstring kickback parallel, then from the top of the hip, turn the leg out, point the toes. Stretch the arm out in front of you, hold it up, plug the shoulders down. Little PKs, up and down, soft bend in the supporting knee. That's it, good. Outer hip is burning, yay. And turn back to face me. Other side, transverse plane, step to balance. So pass the weight to the other side. Now the left leg up, turning to 9 o'clock onto your left leg. Right leg lifts, find the balance. Hold, gaze up higher than eye level. Kick back into the band, arch of the foot in the band. Externally rotate the leg from the hip socket. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2, little PKs if you'd like. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3, turn back to face me. Final set. Quarter turn, great for these outer hips. Build up that bone density. Injury prevention here. 90% of injuries occur when we turn. So we want to prepare ourselves to turn and stabilize. Brace the abs. Use your back. Imagine my hands on your shoulder blades. Puff the upper back back. Low abs in. Chin lifted. Gaze higher than eye level. One more breath here. And lower that weight down. Turn and face the wall. You can kick the band off and set the weight to the side. Just step back for a quick calf release. Dominant leg back first, tighter leg back first. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1, drive the pelvis forward. Inhale 2. Exhale 2, chin up. Inhale 3. Exhale 3, step that leg forward. Inhale, switch legs. Exhale, pelvis driving forward, low belly firm. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Stepping that leg forward, inhale. Turning back around, exhale. Great job. We're moving into some lunges. Grab your 5-pound weight and turn and face me in a wide second position with your legs parallel. Hold the weight in your dominant or tighter arm, and you're going to pin the elbow to the side of the body and open the arm into that external rotator cuff exercise we did lying. So make sure the palm is forward and the top of the head of the weight is facing up. There we go. So that's the position the arm's in the whole time. In a wide second position, we're going to shift whatever hand's holding the weight into a side lunge on that side. So that leg bends, the weighted arm side knee bends, and you shift into a side lunge. Hold it here. Inhale. Brace your abs. Exhale, turn your head right and left. Right, just turning the head side to side. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, straighten the leg without locking the knee. Bringing the arm back in at the top. Exhale, open it as you bend the knee and come into that side lunge. Try to not twist the torso. Brace your abs. Just turn the head side to side for 4 and 3. 2, and 1. Close the arm as you straighten. Don't lock the knees out at the top. One more time on the side. Brace your abs. And taking it to the side. Square the pelvis to the front. Turn the head. And 2. Beautiful. 3. And 4. And closing the arm. Passing the weight. Switching sides. Low belly firm. Here we go. Other hand to the hip or behind the head, wherever it feels best. And bend the knee. Opening the forearm, make sure that the shoulder's plugged, wrist is flat, turn the head right and left. And if this weight hurts the front of the shoulder, take the weight down to a 3-pound weight, or if you have a 4-pound weight, you can do that. So open the forearm, 4 head turns at a nice slow tempo with the shoulders plugged down when you're in that side lunge. Make sure the inner thighs are pulling you back. So your torso may pitch forward a little bit. I want inner thighs and glutes really engaged. And bring it back up. One more time. Exhale, inner thighs pull you into that side lunge. Low belly firm. Turn the head. 2, 3, and 4. Excellent. Coming back up to center. Inhale. Let's put our red loop band around our outer thighs. Keep a hold of that weight. We're going to travel forward and back in the sagittal plane. And you're just going to do a hamstring curl, and you're going to pin that weight between the calf and the hamstring. Now, if you're not able to hold the weight, you can always keep the hand close by it, kind of holding it. So turn profile to me. Take the hand that's not holding the weight on the hip. Step forward into a hamstring curl, finding your balance. And take the weight and capture it between the calf and the hamstring. Hold it there. Bring your hands into that prayer position, pulling out that we did with our footwork. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1, pull out on the hands. Inhale 2, brace your abs. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3, reach back for that weight. Stepping onto the leg you were just had in the air, finding your balance on that leg. So switching the leg, finding the balance, capturing the weight, holding it, root chakra, mudra, hands here or position, pulling out, engaging your shoulder blade anchor, plugging the shoulders down, chin up, gaze higher than eye level. Grab the weight, stepping backwards through space into your hamstring curl, finding your balance first. Bringing the weight. You can always have the hand there and lose the prayer position with the hands if you're concerned about holding it. But as long as you squeeze, you've got it. 2 more breaths. Hold. Grab the weight and step back onto the leg that just was holding the weight. Final one. Sweeping the other leg back. Kick the butt. Find the balance. Hold it. Pulling out on the hands. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1, neutral pelvis. Inhale 2, put a backpack of cement on. Exhale 2, use the upper back. Inhale 3, good. Exhale 3, grabbing the weight, setting it to the side. From here, let's take our final stretches. Turn and face the wall. Let's stretch the calves one more time. You can take that band off the thighs now. And see if we can widen the stance for the calf release. So step your dominant leg back first and push the pelvis forward. Make sure your gaze is up higher than eye level so the neck isn't straining. Hold, inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Step that back leg forward. Inhale. And other leg back. Drive the pelvis forward. Hold it there. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Inhale, step it in. Take your dominant arm into a T on the wall, chest on the wall, and start to twist away from that arm. Outside hand to the hip. Low belly firm, knees soft. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. And slowly turn back to face the wall. Non-dominant hand on the wall. Twisting away from it. Hold it here. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. And let's come to sit in our chair for a minute of relaxation to close our practice. Option to close your eyes here. We're going to do some belly breathing. I want you to bring your hands to your belly. And we're just going to push the belly out on our inhale on a 5 count, and we're going to let it fall back in towards the spine on our exhale. Here we go. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, push the belly out. Exhale, it falls in. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Final breath here. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eyes flutter open, hands at your side. Roll the shoulders back for 5 and 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job.